This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, sir. Please interact everyone and please stop me if you have any doubts. Okay.
Okay.
Fine, sir. Thanks. So as I said, data is collection of raw facts. So any real world entity which we see, we call it as a data. Okay, and whatever data you get when you process it for your knowledge, we call it as an information. Okay. Next, and as I said, we have three types of data. What are the three types? Semi-structured, structured, and unstructured. Okay, let's go one by one. So as a type of data, we have structured, unstructured, and semi-structured. So, any examples of structured data, sir? Anyone? How it is stored? Hello.
Mm, a SQL database,
Okay,
data stored in
fine.
a SQL database.
Okay. So, no, okay, fine. So, then coming to structured data, two things that you need to keep in mind. One is data organized in rows and columns. Second one, we have a definite schema. Then we call it the data as a structured data. What do you mean by your schema, sir? The data type. Suppose you written some string group of letters A, B, C. We call it as a string. You have written a group of words, one, two, three. We call it as an int or long. Okay. So, whatever data you get, raw facts which have some structure, definite structure plus schema. We call it as a structured data. Okay. Next, semi-structured data, sir. Any examples? Hello, sir. Your emails every day. What you written? Your web pages. What you see on your Google, on your internet. Everything is a semi-structured data. When coming to your unstructured data, sir. What's your unstructured data, sir? Unstructured is nothing but your audio files, video files, images. Okay, which does not have a definite structure. Mixture of these things we call it as an unstructured data. Any doubts in this part, sir, till now? Okay, the same thing I have been written here, sir. Okay, rows and columns which has a definite schema. Okay, relational databases like your SQL, someone said your Oracle, your Postgres, everything, which will fall under structured data. Okay, next semi-structured data stored in some files that have some degree of organization and structure, like your emails, like your HTML, your JSON. We call it as semi-structured data. So, okay, tags represents the events and enforce hierarchy. So, your semi-structured data will have some hierarchical structure, but the elements what you are seeing in the hierarchy may differ. Okay. So, most of your NoSQL databases we use semi-structured data like document key value or graph databases to analyze the data. Okay. Fine, sir. Any doubts? Next, coming to your unstructured data, as I said, which doesn't have any structure. So, so it's not a combination of your row, column, or hierarchy. It's something the data which is written in your notepad or which has been written in your notepad or a group or mixture of data where we need to segregate it. Okay. So which will be in complex in structure. Okay. Hello. And which doesn't have a
Yeah.
data model or schema, as I said. That we call it as a unstructured data. So it's too dynamic in nature. What the unstructured data? Okay. So the classic examples are your images, your audio, video files. Okay, your
Okay.
audio, video files, social media content, PDF files. All this comes under your unstructured data. Okay. So
Okay.
you got a idea on data, right? And information,
Mm,
sir.
yeah.
Everyone, any
Yeah.
doubts? Please let me topic. Okay. You got an idea on what is data and what is an information, right, sir? Everyone. Now, next, let me ask you big data. What is big data, sir? I guess you people have seen, you have seen, came across this word, right? Everyone. Hello? Ev- Everyone, you everyone, you people has came across big data, right? The word big data,
Yeah, we
can
have.
someone say what is big data? So the data which is too large in size and complex to dealt with by traditional data processing systems. So for now keep your data processing system aside. So the data which is too large, first point, and which is complex in nature. So that's not easy to read or that's not easy to write. Okay, those scenarios we call it as a big data. Okay, so data with many fields offer greater statistical power, while data with higher complexity lead to higher dis- discovery rate. Okay, next, types of big data. So how many types like big data? Anyone? Any guesses? Hello. So the five E's of big data. Any guesses, sir? Anyone here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the five E's of big data is nothing but first one, sir. Your so let's take a classic example, sir. So when you are dealing with you came across the word big data, let's take a classic example. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyone, sir? Any classic example? Your Facebook, your Twitter. Hello. Your Facebook, your Twitter, sir. And what all you have, sir? Like your systems, big data systems. Like if what are the social media every day? What you handle? So everyone is using your Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. Am I correct?
Yeah.
So so what are the things you are doing on it, sir? Then let me interrelate to your data here. So what are the things you do on your Facebook, sir? You will upload your images. Am I correct? Hello?
Correct.
You will
Yeah,
upload
yeah,
your
correct.
images. You will do some chat, messenger.
Mm.
Someone will do some messenger. Someone will do like your what, sir? Your pictures, image uploads, picture uploads, charts, groups, all these things. Am I correct? Okay.
Correct.
So how the Facebook system is handling different kinds of data, sir? First, it's complex in nature, right? One guy may do a chart at the same second. One guy may may upload your image. Am I correct? One guy may do some other things. So the respect to each individual. So all the things in a single second, Facebook system is going to handle right from three others. If you take, am I correct? So what is the big data system is here, right? First, big data, as I said, is a large complex data, and we need a system to handle this data. Okay, either your Facebook or your Twitter or something. Okay, your Insta or everything. So the five E's of big data which systems were designed. First one, your volume, sir. The size of data, what you is getting, it should be every day it's been increasing. Am I correct? Your picture quality. Take like today is earlier it's a picture of 1 MB. Today the quality of the picture became 10 megapixel or something. Am I correct? 1 pixel to 10, so now 1000 pixels. So the quality of picture. So it may increase the size of your MB. Am I correct? So your Facebook should be able to handle when you're uploading this huge size of data, right? One question. Second question, sir. What is the thing? Other thing. Veracity. What do you mean by veracity? Veracity is nothing but different kind of data assets. You can use your structured or unstructured data. Okay. As I said, someone will upload veracity. Can use structured as well as unstructured data. One guy may type a message at the same moment. One guy can do an upload. So your system is able to handle that veracity of data. Next, variety of data. Okay, sorry. Next, velocity, the speed at which your data, like someone will use your internet connection or something of 1 Mbps, 10 Mbps, or someone will use 100 Mbps. The speed at which the data is hitting your system, it should be capable enough to accommodate those data. Okay, receive the incoming request and get your and give your response. The velocity. Next, veracity, reliability and trust. The system which you are using your Facebook, if you upload a picture today, if it's not got uploaded or got something different, okay, will you use the system, sir? Hello? So you try to upload a picture today, sir, but it's got blurred or it's not as is how you uploaded. Will you use that system, sir? Next, are the same application. So veracity, so reliability and trust. Okay, verifying and validating the data what you have uploaded. The system should validate it and give you a way to upload it or give you a way to use it. Veracity and value, finally, whatever the data you are using, it should give you a better value. Like what are data you upload, or suppose you type in a text, it should have some value to other guy to understand. So all these five components, five is will make your big data system. Okay, helps you to design a big data system. Any doubts are here? Hello, hello.
Yes, yes.
No, right? Thank you, sir. Okay. So as I said, your big data system. Why we are talking about big data, sir? So let me connect like this. So if you see in earlier, sir, how your data you used to store, sir? Any guesses? In the earlier days, older days, when computers were before computers, how you people used to store your data, sir? Hello?
On papers and books.
Before computers, how you used to, sir? Everyone used to write in the form of books. Am I correct?
Yeah.
The initial stages when you are writing anything, something, any information or something, any data. So it will be stored in the form of books. At the year end, they used to calculate over all the complete things and they used to give so. So let's take your mathematical data or some retail data. With before computers, when a vendor is was selling some product, he used to write in his book, and at the year end, he used to calculate how much profit I got, how much loss I got. Am I correct? Then after that, what we came, sir? We came to some new thing called files. So people used to keep in the form of hard drives, files, floppies, these things, this data, and they used to use this when computers were there. Today you are using what, sir? Your hard disk, your pen drive, your local disk. Am I correct? And those sizes when it was introduced were very small. But today, sir, how much size, sir, data? Is it MB, sir, TB, sir, or petabytes, sir? How much size of data, sir, every day? So in Facebook itself, if you take or if you in Twitter or Google someone, so how much type of data, sir, for 1 second? Maybe 1 petabyte. Am I correct? People are generating maybe 1 petabyte of data per second. Am I correct? All over the world. Either
Maybe.
your Insta, either your Snapchat, anything, any application. Am I correct?
Hmm.
Hello? So,
Yeah.
to handle this huge amount and large complex data, what are the traditional systems? Earlier, what they designed the applications, okay? What are the applications they designed to handle this? Doesn't support all this kind of variety of data. There comes your big data came into the picture. With all this, as I said, with these five is we need a system which can accommodate your all this kind of data. So with this requirement, a big data, a word big data came into the market. Okay, fine, sir. Any doubts here? Hello,
Yes, clear, sir.
clear, right? Everyone, thank you, sir. So as I said, your data expansion. Earlier it's like MBs, maybe bytes, KBs. Now GBs, petabytes, zettabytes, it may exponentially increase. Am I correct in the future? Next, as your social media stats. WhatsApp handles 60 million messages a day. Google processes 40,000 search queries per second. So, the average user spends 35 minutes on Facebook a day. 500 million sent on each day. So, these amount of huge data, all the systems need to handle. Am I correct? They respect to application. Okay. Next, your data growth, sir. Exponential growth of your data. How your data has been growing. If you see 0.GB zettabytes, now this one may increase in 2025 to 1.6 163 GB, 0.36% exponential growth. Okay, now before going to data engineering, what is data engineering, sir? Now let me relate this data with your data engineering. Okay, so whatever data size is increasing exponentially. Earlier also, all there are traditional applications like your Java, .NET, and your PHP or something. Any application which is written in the respective language, the developer uses to handle this data or transform this data. Okay, as per required information. But when data size is increased and complexity is increased, those application doesn't fail to support your day-to-day needs. First point, and whatever the thing cleaning of data they are doing, okay, your developers in the earlier stages, they are not giving the accurate results. There came the word called Then there came the word into the market called business intelligence. Okay, we need some sophisticated, skilled people who can transform my data into a meaningful information with 100% accuracy, zero latency, and zero error. Okay, so there came into the market introduces few tools. Microsoft has introduced their own business intelligence product called MSBA. So you people has heard about this. Am I correct? SSIS, SSRS,
Yeah, must be.
SSAS, MSBA came into the market. So this MSBA what is in the market is a traditional system used to support your on-premise data and your batch kind of data. Okay, and other products, sir. What are the other products came into the market as part of MS? Apart from MSBA, you have Informatica. Everyone has heard Informatica Power Center. People has heard, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what is the other, sir? IBM Bluemix. So there are some other tools. Okay. Pentaho, Ebonitio, these are all the ETL tools, as I said, your like MSBA. These systems has been solved the problem what all the developers facing at that time to some extent. But when the complexity, as I said, the big data came into the market, these tools has failed. They used to handle the problem, but what are the major problems developers encountered? Time to process the data with the latest data needs is taking huge amount of time. First point. Second point, the latency, the time the latency is the same thing, and capacity to handle the huge amount of data in a single shot. Okay, the capacity to handle this data and these data well acquired with your batch kind of system, but not streaming. When you are coming to streaming system, these systems doesn't support how the latest tools are supporting. Okay, so with all these things, people thought like we need some skilled people again who can handle the mixture of data. Then the word called data engineering came into the basket. So earlier it's called MSBA or something, Informatica or these things, but these people coined in these days called data engineers. Got an idea, sir? Who can work with my data and give me an accurate solution? Okay, as per my requirement. With this thing, a data engineering word came into the market. Okay. Any doubts are till here? Before going into what is data engineering, I'll give you the 2 minutes break, sir. Can anyone can ask if you have any doubts? Hello, hello.
Yeah, it's clear, sir. It's clear.
Clear, right, everyone? Sir, you can respond in your chat window, or else, okay?
Yeah.
Fine,
Yes.
fine, sir. Yeah. Okay, thank you, sir. Okay. Now let's go into our concept called data engineering. What is data engineering? Okay. So, what is data engineering? There are many definitions to you find what is data engineering on internet, but my view there is no standard definition. Okay, what data engineer does? Okay, it's vary from individual to individual and organization to organization. Okay, depends on their business need and agenda. Okay, in general, what you as a data engineer do, sir? Data engineer develops and maintains the software systems that process data based on the organizational requirement. Okay, for the uses of data analytics and your reporting team. Okay, you are the people responsible for data cleaning and data cleansing. Okay, what is data cleaning and data cleansing? So what are the raw data you get? You are responsible to clean the data. Okay, and cleanse the data. Cleaning is nothing but removing the unwanted data what you have. Okay, the raw records what you get, and cleansing is nothing but transforming the data, removing once you remove that bad records and unwanted data, transform it to a meaningful information. So the basic work of data engineer is to collect the data from a wide variety of sources, get the data, first point. Second point, transform the data, okay, as per your business requirement for your client, make it in a good shape, get a good shape how he needs. And this thing should be a continuous process, okay. That's the main, and this whatever data you place it finally to your client, this will be used for further. Either they will perform the data analytics or they can perform the reporting. Okay, so coming to learning update, what see why data engineering profile in domain. You will learn difference between the data scientist and data engineer. Okay, roles and responsibilities and technologies. Okay, fine. So as I said, we need a dedicated professionals in order to handle this large amount of information. Okay, so a data engineer is an IT worker whose primary job is to prepare the data for analytics or operational uses. Software engineers are typically responsible for building the data pipelines to bring the data information different sources. Okay, they integrate, consolidate, and cleanse the data and structure it for use of analytics applications. As I said, the same thing, sir. Okay, what I explained. So coming to your roles, what are the roles and responsibility of a data engineer? As mentioned previously, there is no specific exact role, sir. Okay, that can define you the work of a data engineer, but general data engineer usually uses around these tasks: build and develop a scalable data structure architectures. Build ETL pipeline, sir. What is ETL? What is ELT? We'll discuss in further classes. Okay. So as I said, your MSBA. ETL is nothing but extract transform load. ELT is nothing but extract load transform. So we will discuss on this point. Keep in mind what is ETL and ELT. So extracting the data, as I said, getting the data from heterogeneous data sources, different kinds of sources, various tools and technologies to transform the data into reliable and standard formats, developing and maintaining secure data systems. Okay, by employing the encryption techniques for personal information, maintaining data governance as per the standards. Okay, so what are the data governance is nothing but what are the data you are storing or what are the data you are working on. It should be liable with your industry standard. Okay. Okay, so coming to positions of your data engineer held in the listed. So data architects, data engineers, and data base administrators. Okay, admins. As an architect, you will be mainly responsible for designing the high-level architecture. Okay, for your application, how you get the data from multiple sources, ingest into your system, how your team transform this data, and finally gives an output. As a data engineer, you are an individual developer. What are your architect gives you? You'll be working on that as per the story or as per the requirement, and finally you design a solution and solution to your client. Administrator mainly works on your admin activities like your creation of users, okay, providing your security infrastructure. These things we call it as a database administrators. Okay. Next, difference between data scientist and data engineer. So, as a data engineer, you build a pipeline. What is meant by pipeline is set of activities or set of things which will give a solution to your client. On set of activities performed on your data, which will finally give a solution to your client, making it as a meaningful information. So, data scientist basically performs analytics work. What are the data you give? So, predictive analysis, like how your data, what the data you provide by data engineer, they basically do predictive work. How your data will be in your future, how your what are the product client has launched based on this data, how it the working will be there. So how many purchases will happen, a predictive model basically. Okay, machine learning, your neural network, these things will give you your prediction, future predictions. Okay, by analyzing the past data. For this guy who will supply this data is like your data engineer. Okay, building data pipelines pulling together. Okay, works with others to collect data and integrate and prepare for analysis. Okay, as a data scientist, and as a data engineer aids data scientists in integrating and consolidating and cleaning the data. So your data scientist will develop the models, plans and runs analytical models and assess their findings. You people will organize it in a structured format. That's it. Data engineer will organize and give the data and give the business solution. Okay. Finally, they will clean the data and they will keep it in a structured format. Okay. Fine. Next, data engineer top in demand jobs. See, 50% growth, sir, from last 2 years. This is the statistics given by Gartner. Okay, year-over growth and in coming to market, sir, your data engineering jobs, you have across 1 lakh, sir. This year 1 lakh directly open statement by Gartner, sir. Okay, 1 lakh data engineers needed in each country because your applications, mainframes, PHP, what are all the applications which were there, data they are processing earlier has been deprecated. So everything people are moving to data engineering model, cloud model. So the open statement 1 lakh jobs all in each country. Okay, so based on the population may vary. Minimum statement by Gartner statistics, sir. Okay, 1 lakh jobs every year. Next, sir, any doubts still here before we go to data life cycle? Hello,
Mm,
hello,
No, no, sir. Clear.
sir. Everyone, please respond so that I can. I'll give a break for 2 minutes. Anyone has any doubts, you can ask. Hello. Okay, fine. Thank you. Any doubts, sir, before we go? Sir, everyone, please speak out, sir.
It's clear.
Clear, right? You got an idea on what is data engineering, what are their roles, what you will be doing, right, madam? As a
Yeah.
data engineer? Okay, fine. Nice. Next, fine. So, what is your data life cycle? This is a, we call it as a data model, how your data will get, as a data engineer, how will get the data and how what your data engineer will do in real time and what is the exact work of the data engineer. So, if you see the data life cycle, sir, if you see here, if you see these things, these we call it as a sources, different kind of systems. So, as a data engineer, you need to collect the data from different kinds of systems and finally get into your system first of all from heterogeneous. Suppose let's take an airline application, madam. Everyone is booking flight tickets. Am I correct, sir? Hello, your airline application. Everyone will book your flight tickets. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yep, correct.
So how you are booking, sir? Either you can book from their site, one point, or from third party sites. Your Make My Trip, Go Abigo, different sites.
All
Am I
Yeah,
that.
correct? So you people are booking your flight tickets. Fine. So so finally the third party sites are also hitting your server, right? Airline server only. Am I correct? So different applications sending different kinds of data because each application will not ask you the same question. Am I correct? While you are booking your flight ticket, some application while login may ask your username, password. Some will authenticate with your phone number. Okay. Some will use some other identification. Am I correct? Some will make you a guest user to check your flight ticket. Am I correct? When you are trying to book a flight ticket. So different applications, different written in different languages hitting the server. So because your magnetic may written in your Java, your GoIBO may written in your .NET. Am I correct? So different application, variety of languages, variety of data streams hitting the same application, right? Finally, Indigo or AirAsia or your what are the Qatar Airways, what you have? Am I correct? Finally, they are hitting the same source. So this final end system is collecting the data from all these things and giving a result. Am I correct? Hello?
yeah,
While booking your flight ticket,
correct.
am I correct, sir? So heterogeneous sources, if you see here, heterogeneous sources hitting the same system, different wide variety of written languages. So what here data engineer will do? Whatever the data we get, suppose you have booked a flight ticket from one place to other, sir. Okay. As a data engineer, you need to design a workflow pipeline. So pipeline or workflow, same thing, sir. What you will be doing? Suppose X guy number X booked a flight ticket from one location to Y location. In the meantime, he has two stops for onboarding, Z and some W. So as a data engineer, you need to maintain the complete data from for his smooth journey from X to Y. One point, second point. When he is onboarding, when he is has in connecting flights. Z and W. You need to send the respect to airports like this is our passenger who has been getting our flight from that specific location. So you need to maintain intermediate data as well. Am I correct? So the boarding, the X to Z boarding just need to like this guy is traveling from X to Z, but that airport guy doesn't need to know what's X, where X is going. Am I correct? So he's going from Z to W. That's it. The airport need to know about he is traveling to W, but not his final destination. Am I correct? Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Are you getting, sir? As I said, let me get the paint and see. Okay. So this is a passenger X. He is traveling to some Z location. Let's say. Okay. X to Z booked from different site, something your third party or something. In the middle, has two stops. Your Y on some W for boarding other flights. Okay, W. So for his smooth journey from here to here. So X is your here X location is his base location. So where he's been starting onboarding the flight. That is your destination. Suppose you got a use case like he is traveling from X to Z. So what the information, what are the things you need to give first as a data engineer? If you take an airline example, sir, airline system. First of all, when he buy a ticket, you need to give his boarding pass with accurate information. Am I correct? His username, your what is his name, first name, last name, what is his source, and what is his destination. Am I correct?
Yes.
His web check-in, luggage details, everything, timings, these things, and you need to hide some details. So your agency need to keep track of his payment information, right? So from which bank he done the payment, everything. Am I correct? But it should not be showcased to the end user. Am I correct? Because as an end user, he is not understand how I paid and how much I got it on my ticket, right? So I paid the amount. I need my boarding pass. That's it. Am I correct? You are the
Yes.
responsible people. If he cancel the flight, something you need to store it until his journey is completed. His bank transaction details, everything. Am I correct? So first point, first first trace of your points are what you are doing, keeping his information with you and only publishing the necessary information. Am I correct? As a data engineer. To when you design a workflow. Second point, when he is moving from X to Z, what do you need to do, sir? So you X is as a data airlines company, you need to have the complete information, all these things. But when giving to Y airport, you just inform the Y airport a flow like setting. These are all my passengers will be boarding my our flight in your Y airport. Okay, but he doesn't need this Y airport doesn't need where he is going. Okay, just boarding the flight from Y to W. That's it. Am I correct? Few people may drop in the for few people the destination will be W only, for few people Z will be there. Am I correct? So you need to maintain his information consistently across all the airports, like where he is traveling. Second point as a workflow, and third one, when the ex passenger has been boarded to W, he doesn't know what where he started from X airport. This airport need to know he came from Y airport. That's it, but not from X airport. Okay, and from Y airport he is starting to Z airport. So hiding the unnecessary information, just giving the necessary information, maintaining these workflows, all this work of your data engineer. Okay, you need to. So if you take an airline example, what data is the typical use? You will get the huge amount of flights, huge amount of customers every day. Tickets has been booked. What every day? Am I correct? Every guy will travel. So so every day they will have a travel data. So first point, they need to maintain the workflow end to end for a customer. Second point, so as an end user, your flight company are interested like how many users traveled for a particular location, particular period, so that if I have a high demand, I can increase my flight. So you need to provide the data these many users for this location. Then your data scientist will come into picture, sir. Okay, if you give a data like this, they will be running some machine learning or their algorithms, and they will give sir in future sir your prediction. So this may increase your population to this with your flights may increase this much. So please increase your flights, or else this may decrease in future. So please keep these many flights. This kind of analysis will be given by your data scientist. And what are the information you provide? So because as an end user, if I am an end user, I don't know what is data engineering, these things. I know only the graphs and how much is going to increase. Your reporting team will come into the picture. Reporting guys. So what are the data you generate as a flow? They will use this data, final data, and they will generate nice charts or your bar graphs or something to showcase your client, saying like, so this year these many users traveled our flight, next year for the same location these many users, next year this much increase. So we must keep on an average these many flights. Okay, this is how your data engineering flow works, sir. Okay, any doubts here? Hello?
Yes, clear.
Hello?
It's clear.
Clear, sir, everyone? Fine. Okay, no. Data life cycle, coming to data life cycle, sir. Okay, so if you take airline company, you will getting from heterogeneous sources, ingest the data, explore. Exploration is nothing but applying some transformation. So each airport to each airport. Just let's take an example. So again, sending the details. So where this guy is going and informing this is our guy, please help him to onboard this flight. Next, prepare and trans. That is nothing but preparing your information finally as a end customer what they need, and finally storing in the data warehouse in the relational format. So whatever the data you get, structured, semi-structured or unstructured, finally you are storing in a relational database, making your data into a relational system with definite schema, so which will be understandable by everyone. The main aim of data is that one. Once this is happened, so you have something called BI reporting analytics and real-time analytics. Your data scientists, your Power BI or your Tableau, these people will come into the picture once data is relational. Okay. So, coming to Azure data engineering, what is Azure, sir? Azure is nothing but a product from Microsoft. Azure is nothing but a cloud product from Microsoft, okay? And data engineering nothing but what are the things we learned till now. Applying your workflows, your transformations. Earlier, what is MSBI? They transformed into data engineering. That's it. Using the latest tools for which is supporting your both batch and your streaming systems. Okay? Any doubts, sir? So streaming is nothing but your sensors, your IoT devices, your gaming systems. So they emit many logs and data. So they collect all these things and they prepare into a relational against and they will make into a relational system. Finally, they do an analytics. So how many people are playing my game at this point based on my logs? So what are the drawbacks in my system? So which stage how many children are liking? Which stage people are skipping the stage? Which stage people are if you take a gaming system? Which stage that people are fighting very hard. Children are fighting very hard. Okay. Till how many stages each children is how many people are playing my game? Either your children or people. So these all we call as streaming sessions. What we get data in the form of logs, continuous data. You collect this data and finally prepare into a nice table, relational table again. Then they will do some, as I said, your data scientist and analytics people will do your their analysis part. Okay. Any doubts? So, coming to Azure Data Engineering, sir. Now, Azure is, as I said, a product of Microsoft. So, we collect data from different sources. So, we use Azure Cloud for learning the data engineering in cloud. So, there are few tools which was given by Microsoft for collecting data or data ingestion. We have an Azure Data Factory. Earlier, we have exercised the same way. There is a new tool called Data Factory, and for prepare and transformation, we have data flows concept in Data Factory and we have Databricks, which is a third-party software which Microsoft has integrated Spark using Python and PySpark. Will be doing your data cleansing and data cleaning part, and finally writing into the warehouse, data warehouse. We call it as Synapse dedicated pool. Okay. So whatever data you get it, the data life cycle will be like this. Ingest the data, explore the data, prepare and trend. Preparation is nothing but making it a meaningful information. Finally, store it in a relational system, either your data warehouse or your any SQL or something. so that your reporting teams will be using this data. So what are the storages to getting your data and storing in cloud? We have a blob storage, data lakes, Cosmos DB, Azure SQL. Okay, data factory for ingesting, data factory, Hadoop, Polybase. We have these techniques. As I said, for transformation, data factory and Databricks. Finally, SQL warehouse and streaming. For streaming data, we have Azure Stream Analytics for storing the logs. These things. Okay, event hubs. We'll be learning these things, sir. Okay. Finally, so you would have gotten know why data engineering role is much demanded. You should know why data engineering roles and responsibilities. Aware of data engineering technologies. Okay. So data engineering is all about dealing with scale and efficiency of the data. That's it. And this data engineering is rapidly growing technology. Okay, in cloud. Sir, any doubts? Hello? Hello? Sir, any doubts? Everyone.
Yeah.
Any doubts, sir? So you got a basic idea of what is data engineering, right? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Sir, any doubts? Next, going to syllabus part. And what are the prerequisites? Okay. Let's go into that now. Give me 1 second. See what we are going. So we learned today some basics like data information, these things. Tomorrow we'll see like in the next classes what are OLAP, OLTP systems, cloud vendors. So basically first we will learn what is cloud computing, sir. Okay. So what is Azure, what is AWS, these things we go as the basics. Now next once this was done, so what are storage accounts? So when you get a data, where and how you need to store the data in cloud. So storage accounts, data lakes, and SQL services in Azure. And the security, how we are going to provide your security. Next, for data preparation and data factory. For data ingestion. Next, Databricks for your data transformation with data flows. Finally, as I said, you will be keeping in your warehouse. So your warehouse, sir, I kept it here, I guess. SQL itself. So SQL form dedicated SQL pool, your data warehouse. Okay, and some one real-time project explanation. So what are the documents you'll get and how will the requirements will be there, these things. So this our course will go like this, sir. Okay, coming to prerequisites. Okay, so coming to your prerequisites, what do you need? So coming to your prerequisites to learn it. What are the prerequisites? Okay, first one, you need to have basics of SQL. Second one, some basics of Python. Okay, and if you have some logic application skills, you are a data engineer. So basics of SQL will cover as part what is needed as part of the course. Okay, when we are learning each concept, basics of SQL. Okay, basics of SQL, what do you need? Your DDLs and DMLs, creation DDLs and DML statements. Okay, and coming to your Python basics. So what is needed for Python basics? Okay, needed for PySpark. needed for PySpark. Okay, we'll cover this. Okay, any doubts? So these things we cover, sir. Okay, any doubts, sir? Hello, hello.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Any doubts you can ask me before we wind up.
like what programming language you are going to cover as part of this course? Like only PySpark for Databricks
Yeah.
or
Sir, Databricks is a tool to run your PySpark code.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. What kind of a
So we'll go in with
programming
PySpark only. We'll go in with PySpark and SQL.
skill? Okay, okay.
Yeah. So remaining people, sir, any doubts? Remaining folks.
Yeah, I want to know the duration for the class.
Sir, 45 hours. Class will be one to 1.5 hours, sir. Okay. Based on the concept, it may vary from 1 to 1.5 hours.
So
Okay.
weekly only one class or
No, no, weekly 5 days. Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday, 1.5 hours.
Yeah, 1 to 1.5 hours. So based on the concept.
Okay. So
Training time.
Dash timing will be informed by your coordinator, sir. You go who coordinator will be. They'll take all your feasible times and make a time which is suitable for everyone. Okay.
Okay.
So timings part, don't worry, sir. They will give you the type. So they will collect your timings, what are your available timings from everyone, and they will make, yeah, they will say the what are the slots are there for everyone, and finally they will make a feasible time who everyone says. Okay. Don't worry on that. Okay.
what's your plan for the course? Because within how many months you are planning to wrap up the course?
Sir, 45 hours, 45 days, sir. Okay. So minimum 45 days it will take, sir. Okay. One, 1.5 months. So if you people want to wrap up quickly so that we can take extra sessions on Saturdays, these things, and we can try. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Based on your demand and requirements on that one.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions, sir? Remaining guys.
Like what about the practical sessions? Like we are going through
Sir,
algebra now,
everything
right?
completely practical oriented, sir. Okay. Today just theory part for demo, right? Theory part. So every day, once we start, everything will be practical oriented, and you will get some material plus assignments every day. So I'll give you the assignments in the class. You need to do that. Plus, what will be covering? We'll be covering some mentoring questions. Yeah. So next thing, everything is practical oriented.
Okay.
Okay. We'll be giving some assignments. So that's your wish, like if you work or not.
Mm.
Assignments and what, sir? Again, we will giving entry questions. Each class I will discuss entry questions when I'm teaching. What people are asking. Okay.
Okay.
And your project final. Project, sir. So whatever the from day one what we learn is will be in the part of project. What you will do in your real time only. Okay. So I could not exactly replicate the real time, but if you go like a prototype of your real time, how you work when you join an organization. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
So the
understand.
same will be learning every day. So how you when you join an organization, what they give you, but not exact requirement I could not match because you could not get the same. But the prototype, which will be help for you to, which will be useful for you to work for when you join an organization as a data engineer. Okay. And the basics of the course, as you know, everything will be covered. What are necessary things need to be covered. Okay. Any doubts? Hello. And apart, if someone is resume preparation, we'll give him the resume preparation as well. So these will be the last topics, resume preparation. Resume preparations, okay? Okay, sir. Any doubts, sir? Hello?
Like, what
Hello?
about the Azure subscription? Are you going to provide
No, sir, you can
for us?
create her free subscription. No, sir, we want to give a subscription. You can create your free subscription for your practice, sir. Okay?
Okay.
So I'll teach how to create a free subscription. You can create it and you can work on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sir, any doubts before we wind up? Anyone? Hello? Hello?
Yes, clear.
Any doubts? Clear, sir, everyone? So, like in the next classes, like your partners will inform, so that we'll go with on, so syllabus this thing will go with on cloud computing concepts, okay? So what is cloud computing, this thing will go in next classes, okay? So we'll make sure that Azure data engineering, what is Azure and this thing, then we're going to slowly on Azure data engineering concepts, okay?
Okay.
Fine. Okay, sir, everyone. Thanks for your time. Have a great day, sir. Okay?
Thank you.
Fine, sir. Thank you. Thanks for your time.